Hey, this is Jim Pecora, local historian to New England. I love to tell stories about unwritten and unheard history, and here's one about the New Hampshire state motto, which if you're from out of the area listening to this over the web and you do not know what our New Hampshire state motto is, it is live free or die. That's on all our license plates, and it's probably a good 60, 70, 80% of the population's personal credo. I'll go that far too. So anyway, I'm going to talk to you about where this saying actually came from, the motto for the state of New Hampshire. If we take it back to America's birthing, and we all know about General George Washington, and Washington was a successful commander because he had great generals and others beneath him. So we're talking about General Stark, which was one of the top 7 or 8 men under Washington. You hear about Nathaniel Greene, you hear about Stark and others. Stark lived with a life's credo that was sit free or die. Did you hear me? Sit free or die. Now, what did this credo mean? Stark had all these young boys in his troop, and he had to look out for their interest on a daily basis. If he messed up in his thoughts or the activities of the day, all these young men's lives were at stake. So his credo was to sit in the outhouse in the morning. This is politically incorrect, I know, but he's sitting in the bathroom every morning thinking about the day ahead. And it was through the process of thought, careful, deliberate, mindful thoughts, that he was successful. And so this is his life's credo, is sit free or die. It became Daniel Webster's credo because General Stark passed it on to him. Daniel Webster was a famous senator for Massachusetts. He's probably one of the top 5 to 10 senators of all time. An amazing man, New Hampshire born and bred, and he was an orator, statesman, political person, gentleman farmer, so on and so forth. There's so much to learn about Daniel Webster. So Stark taught him about this sit free or die, and when Webster went to Washington, D.C., he commissioned a childhood friend in Salisbury, New Hampshire, to make an outhouse, an oak outhouse, out of 5 interlocking pieces that could be shipped to Washington. And Daniel Webster would spend a good portion, hours each day, in his outhouse in Washington, thinking, writing. He had books. He had reputed a little library, oil lamps, so on and so forth. So how did it get to be live free or die? Here we go. General Stark was invited to the commemoration of the Bunker Hill Monument. Anybody raised in Massachusetts schools knows that the Battle of Bunker Hill did not take place on Bunker Hill. It took place on Breed's Hill. That's something that's drilled into every child within the state. So if you're from out of state, again, listening, you wouldn't know these things. So the monument went up in the wrong spot, and this really pissed off General Stark. He's in his 80s, and he cited ill health, and that he was not going to come and do the commemoration speech for the Battle of Bunker Hill. So anyway, he sent Daniel Webster as his replacement with a toast that was a total sarcasm on his life's credo, sit free or die. The toast was, live free or die. Death is not the worst of all evils.